Hi, we're Rival and the Flavanots, and we're on Up North TV. We're going to play a song for you, probably a few of them. But first, we'll play some New Minglewood from Grateful Dead. New Minglewood, go for it.
Chevy couldn't catch me, but his little girl sure wish he would. Looking good. With a couple more shots of whiskey, those up north girls start looking good. With a couple more shots of whiskey, I'm going down to Minglewood.
still rivaling. We're still Flavanaughty. We're still on Up North TV. We'll sop our brows and continue on forward. I am Rob Cody, a member of the Flavanautish crew. Mike Carey is on our rhythm guitar for Rivo and the Flavanauts that we are. Kevin Paul, our wonderful lead man that we love so much. Hey, we have Amy Cook over there beating on this 4-string instrument over there. Derek Schumann beating on some skins over there. And our wonderful favorite Jim Clark out of all the Jim Clarks that I know, over in those skins with sticks. We're warm, but we're happy. We're singing some tunes just for you. Carrie for another song. This one would be When I Win the Lottery by Camper Fan Beethoven. An eye in Mexico, lost 2 teeth where I don't know. People see me coming and they move to the other side of the road. I robbed a liquor store too, made myself at home a few times, borrowed myself a car when I needed it. Got me a shack at the bottom of the road, fixing cars and giving tow. Spend all my money on the lottery. But when I win the lottery, I'm gonna buy all the girls on my block a color TV and a bottle of French perfume. When I win the lottery, gonna buy for half my money, sitting somewhere half the name of street or a school or a park after me. When I win the lottery. Run a flag up a pole like Mr. Red, White, and Blue down the road. And I never called myself a hero for killing unknown communists. Well, I can walk into any old bar, find a fight without looking too hard. But I never killed someone I don't know, just 'cause someone told me to. When I buy the house next to Mr. Red, White, and Blue. When I win the lottery, gonna buy Post 306, American Legion painted red with 5 gold stars. When I win the lottery. Comes to this old world, the rights will cry and the rest will curl up
God won't take the time to sort your ashes from mine. 'Cause we zig and zag between good and bad, stumble and fall on right and wrong. But the tumbling dice and the luck of the draw just leads us on. When I win the lottery, gonna buy all the girls on my block silver-plated six-shooters and a quart of the finest Highland Scotch. When I win the lottery, the rights will shake their heads and say that God is good and surely works in mysterious ways. When I win the lottery.
Greetings, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Northern Michigan Musicians Journal. My name is Dolph. You notice I have the same clothes on that I had in the other show we did. It's something new that we're trying, because this show is we're not trying to be like a polished show. This is actually virtual TV, you know.
Right.
And we've been doing a lot of shows and getting pretty good at this. So me and Mary have tried to decompensate a little bit because we just, you know, and Mary is getting her teeth redone too, and
Right.
It's not because she told the dentist she wanted Hollywood teeth.
Right, so I can change my image because we're getting a lot of notoriety as stars now, and a lot of people can spot Dolph, and as well as a lot of people can spot me too.
Usually they recognize me at Myers in the meat department, and somebody at Kmart recognized me once, and we have more people on the show, and I'm hoping that this is not just an anomaly. One of my favorite words I learned
Yes.
when I learned about the greenhouse effect and how our weather patterns have been changing. But there's also other uses for that word anomaly. And we've just had a flurry of people on our show, and just, you know, like Henry Sparks was in town
Yes.
from England, and he was our guest last year. He's from beautiful Canterbury,
Yes,
the home of Geoffrey
Ray
Chaucer.
Chaucer and the Canterbury Tales.
Yes, yes. And so I got a few announcements. You know, we're recording this on June 28th. I'm playing at the Boyne City Duck Race on July 4th. It'll be over by the time you see this show, but I am very happy to play there again, and it'll be my 5th year. And then the streets of Boyne, I will be playing there August 17th, Friday, on the streets of Boyne. And I've got some private shows, and then I also have 2 shows with the Boyne Senior Center, which will be on the 15th and 29th of August. And I'm also hoping to get called from Mike Sullivan.
Yes,
Mike Sullivan, and I'm hoping to play for the film festival at the end of July,
right.
first week of August. And so I'll turn it to you, Mary. Do you have any announcements?
Okay, that where I have become area governor 14 of Toastmasters now, and a job I'm very excited about, and I'm just eager to get going with it.
Yeah, well, the Toastmasters is
And you hear
open.
about the
Yeah.
film festival too.
Tell the people about Toastmasters again. It's always worthwhile.
Toastmasters is a international group that promotes public speaking and leadership, and I just retired as president, and now they asked me to be Area 14 governor.
And that's a great honor. And
Yes,
you
it
must
is.
be improving. And you haven't been counting my O's lately. I'm glad, but I was in Toastmasters briefly years ago in Gaylord, the Alpine
Okay.
branch, but they teach you not to say ah. You know, you have to learn not to say ah and keep you from pausing and be a good Toastmaster. To be talking on a TV show or giving a toast at a party.
Yes, and then also with the Disability Network, they're having some swim parties now. At one of them, we're at the American Inn, and then there's two other hotels in town where there's the wheelchair lift where people with disabilities can be lowered into the water with their wheelchairs, or if anybody else has a cane or walker, they can be lowered in too. So that's just a real incredible aspect of making swimming pools and recreation trails, as well as the Moby mat down at the beach to disabled people.
Well, we're going to wrap this segment up real
Okay.
quick, but there's the guy that sent that in.
Okay,
but,
good.
But there's one question we got this week.
About
Go ahead.
did birds start music?
Yeah, Greg Stell. Oh, man, really
Okay.
easy name.
Okay.
No, just read the question, and
Okay.
I have the answer here.
We have a question here for Dolph. From Greg Stowe in Manton. Did birds start music?
And this is a good question because it has to do with music, and everyone thinks of birds, you know, birds and music. But the birds are just making their normal sounds. It was mankind that identified sound patterns, and then sort of randomly labeled it music. It's probably Italian music, you know, but some people strictly refer to music as something produced by an instrument or a voice. But other people see bird songs, water dripping, rustling leaves, wind noises, and other sounds like music. It's hard to say that music existed before man. It's a creation of man. Even though there were wonderful sounds before man, it's the identification and the labeling of calling it music, which eventually, through time, became specialized, where they use the word genre now all the time.
Yes.
Many people argue that music can include any sound, frogs croaking, rain falling. There were prehistoric instruments found in China dating back to 7000 BC. And in fact, the oldest musical composition known to man was created about 10,000 BC in a small town in China.
Yes.
They named it after, this song is called tuning. And in fact, musicians play this song even today to get their instrument up to tune. And so essentially, when we started making noises in caves, we started, some of the smarter cavemen put their stories musically so it was more interesting, and they didn't get clubbed to death like some of the other guys who were very boring. And another important point I found when I was researching this question was
Yes.
that Ludwig van Beethoven was one of the first composers to use a metronome and marking the scores into tempo on his sheets. And just for side information, a guy named Johann Nepomuk Malzel invented the metronome around 1815. And the fact is that Beethoven was deaf. And people say, wow, how could you be deaf and play music? But music is written down, just like words. They have score sheets. And Beethoven was one of the first musicians to quantify the music because he was deaf, so that keeping a beat told him where he was at. And people who could hear didn't need to quantify music on paper because they could hear the beat. So, as a longtime musician, I've been involved in researching, in an organization researching to find out if there are missing notes that we don't know about. Currently, we only know that there are 12 known notes on the piano. These notes are sharps and flats, of course, and major notes. Together, all these notes can be used to combine 1.2 million different sounds. But even after that, Yoko Ono added some random screaming to the mix, which was recognized as music, and we have rap music now. And some theorists say that there are other sounds that we have not yet given names to that can be used. And that's it, Marion. There's
pretty good.
There's the
keyboard
piano
and the
C, D, E,
the
F,
notes.
G, A.
The
Yeah.
notes.
So thank you for that wonderful question. We hope we get more questions like that, and we hope Lipschitz is doing fine out there.
Right.
We want to know more about the dog
Okay.
from the last show.
Okay.
Are you ready to see you in our next segment, Mary?
Okay. Thank you, Dolph.
You're welcome, Mary. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, people out there on Channel 97. Welcome back to Northern Michigan Musicians Journal. I commend you all for surfing beyond the number 50. And I really commend those of you who actually knew there was something on this channel interesting like this show, Northern Michigan Musicians Journal. I'm Dolph, and this is my co-host, Mary.
Hi, Dolph, and good to meet you again.
Oh, yes, it's always great to meet you, Mary.
Okay.
I wake up in the morning and I have a tape recorder that tells me who I am and what I have to do. And so I'm always, whenever I see Mary, we just meet again.
That's right.
So we have a bunch of guests today, and this is called Ribo and the Flavonauts. The group is called Ribo and the Flavonauts. It's a band from East Jordan and other parts near there, I think, Charlevoix. And what we're going to do is get them started talking, and then me and Mary will sort of just orchestrate things and try to calm everybody down if they get too excited. So, but I'm going to start off at the man in the yellow shirt sitting on the stool, Mike Carey.
Hello.
Mike, before you tell us about Ribo and the Flavonauts, who is Ribo? Which one of you guys? You guys?
Yes.
And is that, how do you spell Ribo?
R-I-B-O.
R-I-B-O, and it's French, I understand.
Sure.
All right,
We're very
well,
big in France.
how did you guys get together and tell us about the type of music you do? And
We've been playing for a very long time, almost 12 years.
Wow.
Different incarnations, different people. And this is actually our second name change.
you were used to be Acoustic Stew.
We started out as well. We started out years and years ago as a duet, Nothing But Neil.
Just
And then as
do
we-
it, nothing but kneel.
Yep, and then we added on.
Did you guys sing on your knees then? You were kneeling when you played?
No, only Neil Young.
Oh, Neil, you only did Neil Young? Wow.
Only Neil Young. And,
He does some pretty good stuff, you know.
So then we added some people and changed the name to Acoustic Stew. Over the last year, we've changed to Ribo and the Flavonauts because there were 11 other Acoustic Stews.
It's a popular name, I guess. I don't know.
I suppose so. I had no idea, but
Acoustic Stew has too much wood in it for me. I like Hunter Stew or something like that. But, or Beef Stew.
well, we started getting emails from people. Oh, it was a great show in Chicago last night, or a great show in San Francisco, and we realized that there were more Acoustic Stews than just us in the world. And, to alleviate confusion, we changed the name.
Well, cool. And who plays what? Why didn't you introduce everybody?
Okay, I'll start here. This is Rob. He's our singer and our harmonica player.
Hey, Rob.
Oh,
He's good
Hey.
for comic amusement too.
And by the way, we heard you at the beginning of the show. They played a couple songs, and you sound really great. I like the harmonica and the voice, and it was cool. Okay.
And, then I have myself. I play rhythm guitar and sing. My girlfriend Amy Cook, she plays the bass and sings. We have Kevin Paul, who's the lead guitar player.
And he's got a great Paul Reed Smith, man, nice guitar.
We've got Derek Schumann over here on the hand drums. And then last but not least, we've got Jim in the back.
And speaking of kneeling, Derek is on his knees. He's big, tall guy.
we've maxed out seating capacity in the studio here.
Yes, we've actually
there.
extended, we're stretching the capacity of Northern, Up North Media. We're stretching the capacity of Up North Media, so if you want to donate, we could add a bigger room on this and get some more chairs
And a
bigger-
tiki bar.
a tiki bar,
Yes.
and a bigger
Yes.
table, and supplies for the tiki bar also.
Oh, could we get a hot tub?
No,
Combine them, get the bar that you go up in the pool. And
We might have to do a hot tub interview somewhere on location.
No microphones in the hot tub.
No.
And so Jim plays drums, and I've heard you guys many times. Tell us where your next engagements are.
well, today is June 28th. Tomorrow we are in Boyne City for Stroll the Streets.
Friday
We
28th.
are
All right.
in Petoskey for a noontime show on the 3rd of July. After that will be Bliss Fest. We're on Saturday at noon on Bliss Fest on the 3rd stage.
Third stage Bliss Fest. That's great.
Yeah.
So you guys get to stay there free overnight, or you're gonna stay there how long is Bliss Fest? 4 days?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
3 days. Okay.
We'll be there 5 days.
You going 2 days early?
the bookend days.
You guys have a lot of equipment too, so
We
it
do.
probably takes a lot of time to
Oh,
set
yeah.
up and tear down, man.
Yeah.
We don't usually bring our equipment to Blissfest, so we're not quite sure how we're going to work that yet this year. We're still working on figuring that out.
It's always
Yeah.
a logistical nightmare.
It is.
Get
The,
around.
the logistics are crazy. As you go up with more people in your band, the crazier the planning is.
Oh yeah, it's really hard to coordinate a lot of people, 6 people. It's hard. I mean, I play solo and sometimes I have trouble.
Coordinating yourself?
Yeah, well, you know, I always agree with myself. I learned how to do that years ago, you know.
I'm still working on that. I have
Yeah,
a hard
same time,
agreeing with
somebody said,
myself.
how come you always have a problem? Just agree with everything. And after I started working on my own, I still continue to agree with myself.
Good.
Well, that's great.
Yeah,
That's-
but yeah, so tell me some more exciting things, you know, like,
Rob, do you got anything exciting for me?
It turns to me out like exciting things. So.
Let's see, Festival on the Bay we're booked for.
Okay.
In Petoskey, and that's
Okay.
in August. We're
Yeah.
also booked for a new program in Petoskey, Petoskey Rocks, and that'll be Friday night, I believe, on the 20th.
20th of July.
But that's not a confirmed date yet. We're still working on that one. And after that, I think it pretty much tapers off for the.
We're still trying real hard to get booked at
Oh,
the
yeah,
Dead
we've
Rat
got
Salesman
street-
Convention.
Street music in
Yes.
Harbor this year.
I didn't want to do this to you guys, but Mary's going to have to ask you a question.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, how did you get started? And what are your influences? And what is earth music?
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Earth music.
Earth music. To me, would be music from planet Earth. You
Okay.
know, like,
That covers all music. then.
yeah.
Right.
It's not dirty then. I
It's
thought
all,
it might be
it's all
dirty,
folk
you know. Earth.
music.
Oh.
You know, it's all folk music.
Rootsy.
Yeah, rootsy.
Rootsy.
Sort of.
A lot of
sort
drums
root-
kind of put it in the hand percussion.
Yeah.
And you played a few songs for the show, some at the beginning and some that are going to be at the end. But how many originals did you guys do?
We did one
We just did
original.
One. What?
Yeah.
Tell us about the original. What's it about?
It's
What's the title?
Rob,
Cool Water Tax.
Cool Water
Rob,
Tax,
Rob wrote the
yeah.
lyrics. and the
Yeah,
music.
that's mostly just about not being overly extravagant with, gasoline specifically, although it kind of weaves in and out of, what's the word? Well, anyways.
Relevance.
Yeah. Just don't go crazy with wasting power and electricity, because ultimately we all pay the tax of not having clean air anymore.
Well, that's somewhat conceptual. The tax meaning we don't have any more clean air and
Right. It's not necessarily
Yeah,
a
it's
literal government tax. It's just a tax on us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
mostly it
price
started
of
with the title, and I went,
overconsumption.
I'll turn something
it
into
sounds
that.
political to me.
It's a
bit.
bit
It
political.
is.
Maybe a little political.
That section in the center too, kind of points to that, like the ambiguity of the position of the politicians.
Yeah.
where
Oh, the
you call
poli-
him and it's
Yeah.
just
Right,
like
right.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
And
he just gibbers on
they
and
just
on and on and
jabber
on,
and try to sell
yeah.
you stuff, but not necessarily solve any problems.
He
Like
wants
an
me,
infomercial.
wants you to vote for him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Wow. Well, we are faced with shortages and pollution and all kinds of things, but I think that it does stand in the way of corporations and factories and stuff. because,
Yeah.
And profit.
So we're pretty new to writing our own songs, so it's been something we're working on over the last year or two. We started doing a lot of covers, and then we kind of writing as we go and mixing some of our own stuff in.
Yeah, we Flavonize everything we play anyway.
You guys sound like you're starting sort of like your own language and
A little bit.
definitely
yeah.
a cult band in the area, right? So, do you get a Flavonaut
Flavonize.
t-shirt? Yeah, Flavonaut t-shirt.
We are going to
It
be
works.
producing shirts and demos, stickers. We'll have all that really soon.
Not that I want to encourage commercialism in
Well-
any way, but that's what you got to do.
Yeah, got to get your name out there.
I like
It's
marketing.
hard. A lot of that marketing is a game that none of us, we don't want to play.
Yeah.
Like, we're musicians, we want to play our instruments, and nobody wants to play the marketing game. But it seems like if you really want to make it a viable, lucrative business, you almost have to
So
play
you
those
can pay
games.
for your instruments at least.
Pay for your time, and You know,
Yeah.
musicians are skilled laborers, and
Get enough self-exposure too, just through the marketing, to where hopefully that perpetuates beyond that point.
Yeah,
At least that's what the handbook said.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough being a musician because then
Handbook.
you can't be your own technician. It's hard. It takes away from creativity. You know,
Right.
you gotta
Yeah.
take your guitar off, make adjustments, put your guitar back on, and then you can't really be your own marketing person because then you have to be out on the road and on the phone all the time. And but you guys do well, and it's great having you on the show.
it's
Yeah,
been great.
this has
being
been a
here.
really good time.
It's been fun.
So yeah, well,
Do you have any CDs or anything on the internet right now people can listen to?
We have. Go ahead, Dave.
We're on Facebook. We have videos. We have is it SoundCloud?
Mhm.
Help me out here. Yeah, we have a SoundCloud account where we've been uploading our songs off of our demo, so you
Okay.
can catch those. And it's facebook.com/Flavanauts. That's how you find us, or just
Go to Facebook. And
search for Bribo and the Flavanauts, or really just Flavanauts. I mean, honestly, that's all you're gonna
Facebook.com
find.
at Flavanauts or
It just /Flavanauts.
.com /
Probably not a lot of too many hits that you'll get out of Flavanauts.
Yeah, there may be a lot of acoustic stews, but there are no other Flavanauts.
Well, I did it that way, so shorten the URL.
FLAVINAUTS.
You got it.
Wow, man,
Right.
that's
Nice.
I can't believe it. But
Make sure it's a /
slash is in the wrong direction. I knew it.
Now it looks like an X.
Well,
Come on.
Like
they
so
don't-
many people are going to see your notes.
I'm gonna give this to our editor so that
Yes,
they can.
For
It'll be
graphics.
streaming underneath
Oh,
us.
nice.
you know,
Nice.
Nice.
So, well, does anyone have anything to say to relatives, friends, family, fans before we sign off then? The segment of the show?
Hello to all the above.
Dad.
Yep. Just we really appreciate our fans and our family and our friends, and we
Yeah.
couldn't be doing what we're doing without them, and we really appreciate their support.
It's not as much fun
Really
doing it
is.
without people enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right.
It really is a great group of people. I worked with a lot of people, and it's a great, very tight. You join once, and you're always welcome. So.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, man.
It's a big family. Yeah.
Cool. Well, me and Mary are honorary Flavanauts, right, Mary?
Yeah, let's hope so.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, we wish you guys success and hope in the future we'll have you back again and
Yeah.
see what's happening.
Let us know.
And you folks stay tuned because Flavanauts are going to play a couple tunes for the end of the show now.
Okay, right.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for watching Northern Michigan Musicians Journal.
Hey, we'll do a song by us, Rival and the Flavanauts, on Up North TV.
I called up the tax man, asked why everything had a fee. He said, stand outside the courtyard, enjoy breathing while it's free. I said, follow the train down, old man, those risks come from the sea. And we paid the price in melted ice and traded air for a shopping spree. Cool water tax, responsibility. I'd rather safely drink the water than save on A to B. Cool water tax, we might lose the luxury. Tell us how you're gonna save us now and not how much you're saving me. I pulled into the station, got my ration of pollution. Everyone agreed that we're all in need of an environmental solution. But when I asked those people in line, they wouldn't give up making good time. Well, it might be a bummer, but I'll pass on a homer while my feet still move me just fine. It's that cool water tax. Think that far ahead. You won't get far no matter what your car if you're driving while you're dead. Cool water tax. You can't just blindly be led. So I called the politician and asked his position, and this is what he said. Cool water tax, time might not be there. Cool water tax, when the fish come up for air. A cool water tax, been selling this scene since I was 17. A cool water tax.
It's silence. What is that strange lack of sound in the air that we must
Means
immediately
we need to
fill?
play another song.
Spin that wheel of songs. Spin the wheel.
This one's by the Bare Naked Ladies.
Yes, it is.
It's not really about the Beatles
Yoko
per
Ono, but
se,
it isn't by Yoko Ono.
but you know.
It's called Yoko Ono. It's about a Yoko Ono.
They're
You might know who's
better.
Yoko Ono.
If there's someone you can live without, then do so. If there's someone you can just shove out, then do so. You could be my Yoko Ono. Whoa. You could follow me wherever I go. Be my, be my, be my, be my Yoko Ono. Isn't it beautiful to see two people so much in love? Bare naked as two virgins, hand in hand, in hand in hand in love. Now you're far away, it doesn't seem to me to be such a pain. To have you wrapped around my ankle like some kind of ball and chain. You could be my Yoko Ono. Oh, you could follow me wherever I go. Be my, be my, be my, be my Yoko Ono. Oh. I know by saying this I may be stepping on pins and needles. I'm sick of all these people slagging her for breaking up the Beatles. Don't blame it on Yoki. If I was John, you were Yoko, I would gladly give up musical genius to have you as my very own personal Venus. You could be my Yoko Ono. Whoa, you could follow me wherever I go. Be my, life is one big party.
Oh no, here we go, and Yoko sings like.
You could be my Yoko Ono.
Whoa,
You could follow me wherever I go. Be my, be my, be my, be my Yoko Ono. Be my,
be my,
be my,
be my,
be my Yoko Ono. Be my,
be my,
be my,
be my,
be my Yoko Ono. Be my,
be my,
be my,
be my.
be my Yoko Ono.
Put the shaker down before you hurt somebody. Oh wait, oh that's right. It wasn't a sharp shaker, but we're sharp. We're feeling sharp. We're feeling snazzy. We spin the wheel. Tick 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 tick. Does it land on Neil Young? Does it land on Neil Young? Did it land on Neil Young? Something soft. Gentle breezes off Lake Michigan shore. Here in beautiful up North Michigan.
I want to look in my eyes and you can tell
Sure. Thank you very much. Very, very much appreciated being here up north. Well, of course, we were already up north, but you know,
We
we
live
weren't on
here.
TV.
See us tomorrow
Now we're
in
on
Boyne
up north.
City.
Yeah, catch us tomorrow,
that's
6
true.
to 9 at Stroll the Streets
Well,
in
by the
Boyne
time
City.
they see this, it won't be tomorrow.
Oh, right.
But still, you missed us. But now you can see us on film.
You find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Flavanauts.
Yes, Facebook. That's a good place. Facebook is. Ribo and the Flavanauts. Just think of riboflavin. That's the cheater.